Hi Aries, welcome to Yellow Cardinal Tarot with me. My name is Carol. And Aries, this is going to be a general reading for mid-month July 2024. And in today's reading, we're going to start off with looking at what situation you're sitting in right now. It could be a struggle you're dealing with, some sort of an issue, maybe a decision you have to make, and oftentimes it's a pattern that's showing up in your life right now. And once we've established that, I'm going to go to part two, which is trying to figure out, what is it from your unconscious that's impacting or driving this situation. And so what we're going to do is we're going to look at your shadow, which is what is sitting in your unconscious. And those are all the parts of us that we've repressed because they have a tendency to come up and really, create some havoc in our life. So we're going to be doing some shadow work in part two. And if you're unfamiliar with those two terms, shadow work or shadow, I've left a really good description for you. That's called my powerful 4-step guide for shadow work. And it's all about facing your shadow. And that video is taken off my other channel called Carol Cares. And so this video is a compilation of everything that I know about facing my own shadow. And I've been on this intensive journey for a number of years now with my own life coach. And so I put it together just to help you out if you're not familiar with shadow work, and or maybe offer you some newer tools if you've been on this journey for a while. And then I'm going to ask the tarot for some guidance. And this guidance is going to be like something that's going to help you just to begin to deal with the situation and offer you a new direction is what it's going to do. And then I'll offer you also I'll suggest some videos from my other channel, Carol Cares. And these videos are going to be more specific to what situation you're dealing with right now. So let's get started. I'm going to be using the Tarot Grand Luxe. I'm going to pull some cards from there, and then I'll clarify it with the Rider-Waite deck. And so if you're new to my channel, I really like it if you let me know below in the comments. Just I'm a new channel. I'm 8 months old, so I like it when people say, "Hey, I just found you." Just welcome to our community here, and it's a healing channel. So people have been really giving me some good comments on how these readings are helping them. So let me know if this reading, if it resonated with you. Also, if you've subscribed to my channel and you're back again, thank you for watching my videos. Also, there have been individuals that have emailed me about personal readings. And now that I've got my channel going, and now that people are emailing me, it's kind of a universal sign for me to, maybe it's time to offer some readings to you. So in the next couple weeks, I will be putting out a video, and my subscribers will see it first. And it's going to be a link to a page on my website where you'll have a selection of videos to choose from. And they'll be at a discounted price for probably a couple of weeks. So as long as you see the video up, there's a discount on my readings. So that'll come out, so watch for that. So let's begin. I'm going to ask the tarot right now for what situation you're sitting in, Aries. And I'm going to ask for one card for that. You have the 7 of Coins. The 7 of Coins. As a situation. What's coming up from your shadow, Aries, that is really impacting this? Or, just driving this 7 of Coins, the situation that you're sitting in. This one's having a hard time speaking here. And sometimes when I say that, it spits out more than one card. Oh, there it is. The 3 of Swords in reverse. It's coming from your shadow. And can I have some guidance from the tarot, please? One card. you have the Empress card in reverse. The Empress card in reverse. And these are beautiful cards. I love how they shuffle. Yeah. So let's have some clarification. I did shuffle these offline, but let's give these a quick shuffle. I always give my clarifiers a quick shuffle. All right. So can we clarify the 7 of coins, please? 7 of coins, please. 2 to 3 cards here to clarify. A couple more clarifiers here for this. 7 of coins. All right. Okay, you have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, 10 of Swords, and the 5 of Wands in reverse as another final clarifier for the 7 of Coins. This 3 of Swords card, can I have some clarifiers, please, for it? 3 of Swords. And I'll ask for one more card, please. Let's see if I can get one more. Okay, for the 3 of Swords, you have the King of Swords in reverse, Page of Swords in reverse, and the King of Swords in reverse. Clarifiers for this Empress card, please. Guidance from the Tarot. Okay, so we're going to look at the 4 of Pentacles. The Empress card again in reverse as a clarifier. And the 9 of Cups in reverse. All right, so let's get started with the situation you're sitting in, Aries. You have the 7 of Coins that comes up, which is the 7 of Pentacles. And the 7 of Coins speaks about someone that has, this woman has, been, first of all, what I notice when I look at this card is how she's holding her pentacle close to her and she has a smile on her face. So it's like, this is something that she's been doing for a long time. She's committed herself to picking these pentacles off the tree and collecting them. And it's it could be something that, it could be a job that she's been doing for a long time now. She got some sort of commitment that she has. And it usually does refer to a job, a commitment that you've committed a lot of your time to. And kind of you're in a situation right now where you're looking at it and you're going, is this everything? Like kind of realizing that, I've committed so much of my life, so much of my time doing this, whatever it is, it's a general reading here, and you're kind of looking like, is this it? Is this everything? And so you're sitting in that position, where you're kind of contemplating life a little bit. Is this it? Is this everything here? And let's look at a bit more clarification about this. And the Ace of Pentacles comes up here as a clarifier. It's in reverse here. So it's an offer from the universe or a gift from the universe here. And it's a pentacle, interestingly enough, because, you had the 7 of Pentacles here. And so the universe is coming in and saying, well, maybe it's time here. Maybe it's time here to start to go inwards, because the 7 Pentacles here is, it's the number 7, which I didn't mention. I didn't talk about the number. The number 7 is really like a self-introspection card where you start to become more self-aware. And this is a card where it says, okay, I've been doing all of this all my life. Now there's more here. Well, the universe is saying here, well, yeah, there is more. There is more. And it's time now that you kind of, you get in touch with what else is in there. What else is in your body? To start to do that inward journey and to figure out what else is out there for me. But there is a resistance here to accepting this cup from the universe, to going further and to doing that little deep deep dive into, well, what else is there out there? Because oftentimes we'll get that nudge where we're like, is there something else out there for me? But we ignore it. We don't follow up on it. And this is what's happening where you're not following up on it. But here's the 10 of Swords that comes in and it's in reverse. And look at this individual right here. Look at what's happened to these individuals with these 10 of Swords. It's a completion. So you're at the end of your rope here. I can see with this going on with you. And what are swords? Well, swords are our mental energy. They're the mental thoughts that we tell ourselves. And maybe there is something that you see out there that you're thinking about doing, like in the kind of the far off, you've something that you've always thought about doing. And these swords, these mental swords are going to come in. And let me tell you what they're going to tell you. They could be saying something like, you're too old to do that. It's too late to do that. You had your chance and you blew it. You can't do this. You're not smart enough. You're not capable of it. You're not able to do that. All these mental thought patterns that are coming up in your head now that are preventing you from taking this coin, from taking this pentacle from the universe to figure out what it is out there that's calling you, that's meant for you. And I can see here what's really going on with this 5 of Wands here. Because in an upright position, the 5 of Wands talks to me about these individuals that are all comparing their wands. Like, my wand is bigger than yours. I'm the smarter one. I'm the one that's supposed to do this. And it becomes a battle of the egos, number 5 here. And it's in reverse. And so I see here that is what is preventing you from going forward. Maybe you're someone that maybe knows maybe there's something else you want to do, besides the 7 of Pentacles that you've been doing for so long. But you're just comparing yourself to other people. I know when I started this YouTube channel, I'm a retired teacher. And I had no idea when I retired that I would be doing tarot. Absolutely no idea. And I started to get this kind of like this nudge. And of course, I started comparing myself, and I'd get online and look at all the other tarot readers, and I'd go, I can't do what they're doing. There's no way I can. And of course I can't. I'm not them, and I have to start off somewhere. And so it's very interesting that this is where you're sitting right now. So where are all these doubts coming from? Where are all these messages coming from that are doing you in right here? And that's what we're going to be looking at in your shadow. We're going to see why can't you go inwards? Why can't you go inwards to try to really take a deep dive and figure out, and get in touch with your intuition, which is our inner guidance that everyone has, and to see what is it out there for me? What's there? And so what's going on here? Why are you having this block? Well, you start off in your shadow with the 3 of Swords. And here's some more Swords energy. And this time, it's the sword energy that really does us in. It's the one that pierces our heart. It's the one that tells us that we have some pain that we need to deal with. And it's in reverse because it's not something that you want to go to. And oftentimes when we're asked to go inwards, Well, there's a real fear to go inwards back into our body, right? We want to stay up in our heads because it's safe up there. But if we go inwards into our body to start to feel this, maybe this shame when we start comparing ourselves to other people, there's some shame here. And so here's the pain that's coming from your shadow. Because if you start to go inwards, there's going to be some shame that you need to look at that's sitting in your shadow. The King of Swords comes up, and here's our sword energy again, and he's the king. So he's sitting right at the front here as a clarifier. The king is the masculine side of us. He's the ego self. He's the one that will not want you to get in touch with this sword. The sword representing your authenticity, your truth, and who you really are. The king, our ego self, is very much about keeping those masks on, showing up with people and keeping those masks on. It doesn't want you to get authentic, finding out who you really are. That would mean getting in touch with your emotions. And the king wants nothing to do with emotions. Our ego self is petrified of emotions. And so the ego self is going to keep you up in your head. And so very much here you're blocked. Your ego is blocking you from going inwards. But you have the Page of Swords right behind the king. Very interesting. And the Page of Swords is blocked. Who is the page in my deck? The pages, there are four of them, are our inner children. We can have more than one inner child. I know mainstream psychology likes to say, well, we just have one. But we have more than one. I've discovered a few inner children of mine. And this inner child is the inner child that wants to be authentic. I want you to think of children 4, 5, 6 years old, and how much they're in their body, and how they're just them. They're just real. They're authentic. And there's a part of you that needs healing. That authentic part of you, that child, that inner child of yours, was blocked here, has some pain here. There was something that happened to them when they were younger that, probably would have been some of these things that you were told, some of these things that you're hearing, these messages that you're hearing right now in your head of why you can't go inwards and discover what it is. There's something else out there for you to do. A lot of times these messages that we hear in our head are the messages that we were told when we were younger. You can't do that. Who do you think you are? Those types of messages. That's what you would have been told when you were younger. And that would have shut down your inner child, its authenticity, and wanting to be themselves, because obviously it wasn't safe to be themselves. And so that's what's sitting here. There's the pain. There's the shame that's sitting there in your shadow for you to get to. And right behind that is another King of Pentacles. So your inner child here is surrounded by two kings. Doesn't really stand a chance here. Two kings. And but you're the adult now, so you can heal this. When you were a child, you had no choice, right? You were shut down. And who's the King of Pentacles? Well, the King of Pentacles has everything to do with our body. The pentacle itself is the body. So everything to do with the body and your health and your material world. So somewhere along the line, you were told that, again, it's your ego self that's telling you you can't do this. Maybe because we don't have the money to do this, because it's about the pentacle. So we don't have the money to do this. So you took on this, well, this is going to cost too much money to do this. Or, we don't have the means for you to do this. Or maybe you didn't have the health at the time. Maybe you were somebody that struggled when you were a child with your health. And so what is this message for you? What are these messages? And this is what the universe wants to point out here. What are the messages, these two kings here? What are these messages you're hearing that you were told when you were younger that just shut you down and prevented you from doing what you wanted to do? Now, you might be sitting here going, well, I have no idea what you're talking about. I have no idea what it is that I'm supposed to do something else. I had no idea that I was supposed to do tarot. So when you start to heal this shame and these messages that you're hearing of, your unworthiness, you will start to, almost like there's a new world that will open up to you. And your intuitive guidance, your inner guidance is going to come in. That's why we go inwards. That's why we go back into our body. And we start to hear. We get more clarification on what it is we're supposed to go do next. And it's going to be a whisper. That's what intuition is, right? It'll be a whisper. It's not going to be something that's really desperate or loud, but something will start to come in for you, trickle in, and you'll kind of, oh, I think this is what it is. Oh, and you sit on it for a while. And I sat on this tarot for a while. And it's like, oh, maybe I'm supposed to do this. And I worked through some more of my pain that was sitting in my shadow. And some unworthiness. And all these messages like, you're not allowed to do this. I'm not going to lie to you, when I turned on that camera for the first time, this fear came up in my system. This huge fear was like this anxiety. And I tried to turn the camera off. It was like I couldn't do it. That was one of my messages. And so that's how it works. And so what can you do? What guidance does the tarot have for you to begin to start to heal this shame, this unworthiness that is sitting here in your shadow that you're dealing with right now, and these emotions that are coming up from you, coming up for you in the shadow. It'll be emotions of unworthiness and just not being able to do something. Well, the card that comes out for you, no surprise, is the Major Universal card, a Major Arcana card, and it's a major universal force. It's the Empress. And she is the second part of the feminine energy in the Major Arcana. And she represents everything to do with our emotions and our body. The Empress lives her life from her body. She experiences everything through the body, not through the head, through the body, through all of her emotions. And she's in reverse here. She's in reverse because, the universe wants you to realize that there is a resistance on your part to getting back into your body and going inwards. And we established that with the 7 of Coins. That was in reverse, I believe, here. But I'm just going to keep it here because I forget. But we're here. We're in the guidance from the tarot. So the universe says, well, it's time now. It's time now to get back into your body. And, maybe you're feeling, sometimes when the Empress is in reverse, sometimes you can be feeling some hopelessness. You also can be feeling some anger. So those could be emotions that you might have to deal with first before, you can get to the shame that you need to get to. You have the 4 of Pentacles that explains, that talks about getting back into your body and feeling these emotions. And the 4 of Pentacles, again, a Pentacle card here, talks about these attachments that we have, these things that we need to let go. And so the universe really wants you to get on the track of letting go of these thoughts that you're telling yourself, these emotions that you've been holding on to for too long that have prevented you from moving forward. And you get that Empress, it comes in again as a clarification, and it's like and it's interesting because I place these cards. Where I place these cards, you have the Empress clarified by the Empress. And that is just the universe saying, can't stress enough for how important it is for you to start living your life from your emotions, from getting into your body and start living it from your body. And the Nine of Pentacles, or the Nine of Cups comes in here as a final card for you. A final card. And this is an individual in an upright position. This is an individual who, you know, they're not at the 10 of Cups, the completion of the cycle here of the Suit of Cups. They're at the 9. But look at how he's sitting. He's crossed his arms. He's like, you know what? I'm done feeling. I'm done with going inwards. I'm done with dealing with my emotions, you know, so there's a real resistance on your part, a real resistance to opening up to that last cup, and the universe wants you, you know, here he is sitting here blocked, but the universe wants you to take that cup, the final cup, and to start to feel again, you know, start to do what you can do to help you to start to open up what some people think is the Pandora's box again, and to start to feel these emotions, you know, particularly this Five of Wands, this unworthiness that you're sitting with right now. So I always like to start off with where we are. And when I look at this, I see where you are is this emotion of shame. And so what I want to leave you with for this reading is I want you to start to look at, you know, what areas of your life you're feeling unworthy, what messages you're telling yourself. And I think it's really important that you get in touch with this emotion of shame. And everyone has shame, but we all don't want to talk about it because it's the shittiest feeling to have. It's that feeling of unworthiness, our self-esteem, right? Low self-esteem. And so I'm going to leave you a playlist on shame. I'm also going to leave you with your your July 2024 reading that I did for you if you didn't have a chance to see it, Aries. And I want you to have compassion for yourself for what you're working through right now. This journey is a process. It's the hardest journey of your life, but it's the most important journey. So take care, and I'll talk to you in August, Aries. Bye.